Hey, it's MK, and I am here with another Mixed Media Mayhem layout for you guys today. And today we are using our very own Scrappy Kathy's layout for inspiration. And I'm also using day 12s from the SAR Advent Calendar. I love these little wood grain clouds because it, again, features all of the different types of wood that I offer in my shop. Don't forget to unmask all that wood to see the gorgeous colors underneath, you guys. I have noticed a lot of people using the wood pieces and not peeling off that masking to see the gorgeous wood. It is gorgeous, you guys. Also, with this little set of clouds are these awesome tree clusters. Now, these tree clusters are on the larger side, but not too large to where they can't be used in some clusters on your scrapbook layout. And there's a little bit of holographic, but not too much to where it completely takes away from the gorgeousness of these little trees. So you get about 5 or 6 different types of trees, clusters, and I love these because they're not pine trees. Also, too, I'm going to be using some of my tabs from yesterday's SAR Advent Calendar. I only used 2 yesterday, and I am using 2 today, and then I still think I still have 3 in my little pack, and I just love being able to stretch them across several layouts. I'm also going to be using these 5 photos of a little outing where my good friend Joni came and visited me, and I drove her and her husband up to our canyon, which is just beautiful. You guys, everybody that comes into and visits me needs to see this. Okay, so I'm also going to be using this little mini kit that was gifted to me by my very own Janet. Janet Fritz, she gifted me this little bird song little kit. It's a micro kit. It comes with 3 papers and then this pack of laser cut pieces. I have this gorgeous, I think it said Song of Hope paper, and then this foundation paper. Oh my heart, it is beautiful. Again, from the same collection, Birdsong, it's solid paper number 1. Sometimes it's called foundation paper number 1. I guess it just depends on the collection or the designer. I'm not really sure where that is. And then this one here, I love this striped paper. Again, 49 and Market Birdsong, and it's Tweets of Peace. Oh, that is so sweet. I'm actually going to use the stripes on the other side instead of all of this large element focal points on the papers. So I've got these 3 papers. I also have 2 pieces of cardstock that I'm going to be using. Again, it is the French Vanilla from Close to My Heart. I don't know what I'm going to do when I run out. I'm not sure if Stampin' Up! Has a cream, and I really love the smooth paper instead of the textured paper, and it's very hard to buy paper online when it's a little misleading whether or not it's textured or not. So I'll have to figure that out once I run out of my Close to My Heart paper. So I'm going to go and backstage and cut all my photos on this gorgeous dark blue paper, and then I know I'm going to be using the full sheet of the framed collage paper, but I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do with this stripe paper. So we do have an inspiration layout from Kathy, and for if I'm being honest, I am going to deconstruct it like I always do because I'm stretching this across 2 pages, and I really didn't want to do a whole lot of mixed media, seeing how I had a really cool mixed media background. So I'm going to pull in these thickers that have a black on white with a white on black design to them, because Kathy uses 2 different titles, and she's got a black title and a bright green title. So I thought, oh my gosh, I've got a thicker set that has a black on white and a white on black, so I can get that same effect using a thicker set rather than an acrylic set. So that made me very happy. And then later, I realized that I did not bring any mixed media into this project yet again. I'm getting really good at that. So I brought in my day 4 stencil because I'm loving using that stencil, you guys. I know you're probably tired of seeing it. I apologize, but it's so great and versatile for every layout. I mean, it's a one and done stencil. You only have to buy 1 stencil And it goes for all these things. I just love stencils like that. So I'm going to bring it in and I'm going to kind of create a little stencil work around my photos just as soon as I figure out how I want my photos to work on this layout. So at first I was going to cut this piece of paper in half and have it span across and then do something in the middle with the mixed media and get it to work in Kathy's favor. Something, I don't know. I just really wanted to expand the mixed media that was already in this paper, but I couldn't figure it out without having to cut it in half already. So I was trying to visualize, if I cut this in half, will it look good here? Will it look good over there? Will it look good like this? Will it look good? It did not. It looked really good as a whole sheet all by itself. And so then I brought in this cardboard, corrugated cardboard that I previously cut down for another project. It was too big for my project, so now I have all these pre-cut pieces. I went ahead and I inked these pieces using walnut stain, and they were the perfect size that I already needed for this project. I mean, how miraculous could that have been? It was like they were meant to be on this layout. Now, I don't end up using all of the pieces. I only end up using 2 because I needed some sort of barrier from this is one piece of paper to this is another piece of paper. So it worked out beautifully, especially when I have all 3 of my vertical photos all together, but going 2 on one page and 1 on another page. So I like having that run off into the next page. I like having a strip of corrugated paper going down and being my barrier between the 2 different layouts going on. And then I decided to make a double mat, a giant photo mat for my 2 pictures that are going the same size. So I've got 2 horizontal and 2 vertical. This is the first time I actually got paper stuck in my edge distresser. I've never had that happen before, so I thought I would leave that in. I just used a pokey tool to poke it out, and it works just fine, but I've never had that happen. So I thought I would share it with you guys in case it happens to you later down the road. I don't know. But I do like the fact that I am drawing attention to, I got 2 pictures with Joni and her husband being awfully cute. And then I have 1 picture of Joni where she is just snapping away at the beautiful scenery. And then of course I have 2 pictures of the gorgeous scenery. My favorite part about the 2 photos over on my left page is the mountain ridge, because the photos were taken in almost the exact same place, but yet different angles. The mountain ridge looks like it's one continuous mountain ridge, even though if you look at the rock is in the exact same place. I love this illusion because it looks like this, an expanded photo, basically. I just really like that, you guys, and I had to point it out. So I am going to take my cardboard or corrugated cardboard and smush it down so it lays nice and flat. That way I don't have to get off my bum and go and find some foam tape. I have foam tape. It just moved off my desk because it was taking up too much space, and now I actually have to go and get it. So I'm being super lazy and not using it. I need to go get it. I need to find a better home for it, basically, is what I need to do. It just took up so much space on my desk, and I really need to find a better home for it. So I really do like how this is looking. The path picture, however, seems a little bit off, and I don't know. It just seems out of place. So here's where I'm going to use my stencil and go around the picture frame, the large giant picture frame that I have of my horizontal photos, just like Kathy went around her single photo. Now, she did do a lot of stamping, and to be honest, you guys, I am not wanting to stamp on this layout. I could not decide because of what I already picked out to go on this layout. I couldn't decide on the stamping, so I omitted the stamping. I stuck with the clouds because she has clouds in her layout or on her layout. I stuck with the stenciling, and then of course I stuck with the 2-tone title. That is what I grasped from her layout. I'm also going to tuck a few of my embellishments behind some of my pictures, not all of them, but on some of them. And then of course on the sides, I'm going to tuck a few things as well. So there's lots and lots of elements that I pull from Kathy's layout. However, there's a lot of mixed media that I don't do from her layout. So that is just one of the things. With my background done, I am ready to place my photo mats down. I'm going to center these guys right here, and that is pretty much my entire left page. The base piece does all the work for me except for my two framed, my double matted pictures. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue everything on the right hand page. I've got my barrier between the two pieces that make it look like it's cohesive across. I do wish I could have done something and added something of the blue stripes. I might do that on the top and the bottom, but by the time that I'm done embellishing, I don't even miss it, if I'm being honest. It doesn't stick out as much as it did before the embellishment. So I'm going to take one of those acetate trees and I'm going to cut it and span it across my 2-page layout. I think I want some down below, but I'm not really sure, and I completely bypassed that. Like, nope, I'm good. I'm just trying to figure out how I want all my tree. I love these, you guys. I was so in love with these trees because they're not pines, they're not junipers, they're not needle trees, right? They are actual trees that I see in my area. Oh, yay! And it's so hard to find these. So I was so super excited when I finally found them. Now I'm just trying to find homes for all of my gorgeous clouds, you guys. I did not want any of my clouds to go in front of the trees because to me that seems weird. Unless it's a foggy, I don't see clouds in trees. So I was trying to be like, maybe it's a picture and then the clouds are in the background. Just trying to figure out where my clouds are going to go that look pleasing to me. But when I put down my sightseeing tab, I knew that I wanted a cloud to overlap right there. So yes, that cloud is in the front. And then of course now I'm going and picking out all of the aqua colory flowers and butterflies. I'm sticking with one type. I am a little OCD when it comes to adding flowers, unless I'm picking two different types of flowers, like a pink one and a teal one or aqua one. Then I'll stick with the same flowers. But do you see the two peachy pink and then the pink flowers down at the bottom? See, that right there, I don't know if I can use on the same page unless it's my color scheme, right? So I went and I picked out all the same little blue flowers to use on this one page. I wanted it to be nice and cohesive, light and airy. I really wanted to draw attention to the leaves or the trees, but then also note that there's things growing in front of the trees as well. That is what you find in our canyon, is when you look at the trees, there's lots and lots and lots of goodies growing around it. Beautiful bushes, beautiful flowers, just everything. Especially when you're in that right season, you get to see all of this gorgeousness. It is beautiful. And so I definitely wanted to bring that in by having these flowers in front of my trees. So I also found a couple cut aparts on the packaging that I wanted to use. So I have the little circle bit that says love this. And because my circle cutting isn't stellar, I circle cut out, or I fussy cut out the circle, and then I use my fingernail to scuff up the edges all the way around to make it look like I intentionally made it not perfect, right? It just helps with the choppiness of my circle cutting. I also brought one that says life is beautiful. I put that down on the bottom right of my right hand page. Inside my little cluster that I have going on, I've got a little cluster above my where my one little sightseeing tab is, and that cute little butterfly flying out behind. And then I have another little cluster from the love this little section. So I've got my 3 clusters, and then I'm going to have a 4th giant cluster going and wrapping around my page, just like Kathy's stamping does around her left side of her photo. I said page, but I mean photos. And it's going to lead into my title. But instead of my title going up and down the photos, I'm going to have it go below my photos. So that way it kind of wraps around and into the title. And so that way I kind of have what I was going for with Kathy's gorgeousness of a layout. But I cheated a lot on this. Like I said, I was deconstructing her sketch or her layout, so that way I could make it work with my 2-pager, right? Stretching it across and taking what she has over on the left side of her photo and putting it on the left side of my photos. And then what she's got going on at the top, I've got it on the left and the right. And then what she has going on the right is the title. So I made up the title piece by having another cluster over on the right side. So I scrap lifted her, but not entirely. I did do the stenciling going around my two photos over on the right. I just didn't need to do any stenciling on the left page because that paper did all the work for me. I wish I had stamps that looked like this broken handwriting type thing or broken font. I wish I had stamps like that because then I definitely would have done that on the right hand side, but I really wasn't feeling the stamps, if I'm being honest. All right, you guys, so that is my layout for today. I love how this looks. I love those trees. You guys, I need to reach out to some of the manufacturers and say, put away the pine needles. Let's go with the fluffy trees. I need tree leaves, seriously. Because that's what I have in my area. I don't have a whole lot of pines, if I'm being honest. So we're looking for junipers here, junipers and sagebrush. Those are the kinds of trees we got in our area, and they're not fabulous. I'm just saying. But this outing was absolutely fabulous. I really, truly enjoyed Joni and John visiting me for today. It was a blast. Kathy, thank you so much for letting us scrap lift you today. I hope I did you justice. As always, don't forget to check out the playlist down below for Mixed Media Mayhem. And also don't forget to check out Janet Fritz's channel to see how she was using SAR Advent Calendar gifties for today, which is day 13. All right, you guys, again, no, it was day 12. I apologize. Day 12. Today is the 13th because I'm a day behind. That's my life in general. All right, again, thanks so much, and I'll check y'all later. Bye.